So this evening, I'm gonna make something I've never made before. I'm gonna make a cornflake wreath type candy cookie for the holidays. Got my cornflakes, about 5½ cups. I've already measured those out. Mini marshmallows, 10-ounce bag. Red Hots. That's what we called them as a kid. I think they're also called cinnamon imperials. Some butter, some green food coloring. What we need for the equipment, I've got 2 sheet pans here that I put some parchment paper on. And then I have a couple of things on the stove. Let's go take a look there. Heavy bottom pot. And that's gonna be to put my butter in and melt our marshmallows. And then a skillet of hot water. Now, I'm like, what in the world for? It's to keep our mixture warm so we have time to make our wreaths. And it's just on very low. It's just enough to keep the mixture warm without scorching the mixture in the pot. So in our big pot, we're gonna put, I've seen different variations. I've seen up to 1/2 cup of butter, which is a whole stick, 1/3 cup. I think this is about 1/3 cup. And I have some more already pre-measured out just in case we do need more, but we're just gonna melt that. And then we're going to pour the marshmallows in as soon as that gets good and melted. So one thing that I read in several recipes was the variations in the amount of butter. And a thing that I noticed is some of the comments were made that the marshmallow mixed in but never set right. So that kind of made me think, let's start with the less butter and then move to see if we need more butter. Oh, I can already tell we have a challenge today, folks. Our marshmallows are stuck in the bag. That's okay, we're gonna figure it out. We're just gonna peel them off and put them in the pot. We'll get these melted and then we'll go to the next step. So we are about completely melted, which is where we wanna be. One thing I forgot to pull into my mise en place, and I know I'm butchering that word, but that is a French word and it means everything in its place. And I'm gonna do like somebody I follow does, Lily Lute. I'm gonna measure with my heart here. And just put a little bit of vanilla.
Just a splash.
Just a splash. And also, let me get that mixed in. We're gonna turn the heat off here because we're done with that. And then we're gonna put a very healthy amount of green. I was looking at pictures and some of them look vaguely green. And I want there to be absolutely no doubt that these are wreaths.
Oh, that's Grinch green right there.
Okay, so you want to stir this until you absolutely have no green streaks and no white streaks. You want it very well mixed together. When it's all a good uniform color, what you think, Smith?
I'm liking it.
Okay, now we add our cereal. I'm actually gonna go ahead and pull this off of that eye and put it into our warm water.
Oh. I wasn't understanding that's what you were doing there with the water. I got you.
That's just to keep it warm.
Yeah.
But not
and
cook
pliable.
It. Absolutely.
Yeah, that way you can stir it and it doesn't lock up on you while you're stirring.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. Here, because you want to coat all of this.
Gotta go easy so you don't have wreath dust.
You don't want to crush all your cornflakes here. You want to get them evenly, and this may take a minute or two. So, see how stringy that is? Now the fun begins. I've got it all pretty much coated. So now you get a wad, and I really have no idea how much I'm putting out here. We're gonna figure it out together. That looks like a handful. We ain't done this before. We're all new to this. We're just having fun. Maybelline. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do like 6 of these and then I'm gonna put this back on the heat. All right, this is going back on the warm water. That's all right. So now I'm gonna go back to the first one I did and I'm gonna try and make a wreath out of it. Your
So
dog is cracking me
that's
up.
pretty well donut size.
It kind
Yeah,
of,
like
like a
small.
mini donut.
Yeah, it's like a small donut,
Yeah.
just to give you some perspective.
I'm trying different ways. I'm trying squeezing it around, and then I'm trying squeezing and then putting.
I don't have my hands in there, so that's not solid yet, is it?
Mm-mm. No, not for a good while.
Okay, okay.
This one's off a bit. That's okay. After we have formed them and shaped them into wreaths, we ended up with 14 wreaths. How about that?
14.
And now we have our little red hot. You get to decorate.
Huh.
So while they're still pliable, sorry, you put your holly berries on here. You can do like so. Just however you want to do it.
Yeah.
If you're not, one thing when I was researching this recipe, somebody said in comments of some of the recipe is they didn't enjoy the red hots, or they couldn't eat red hots. And so the suggestion was made that you could use some red M&Ms or mini M&Ms. I'm sitting here missing my grandkids right now. This would be fantastic.
Oh, they would love this.
I can think of, I know Addie she'd probably dig it, but she would be wanting to eat them right away. And then Leo, I know for a fact that boy would dig this.
He would love it. Now, as you got finished with that, are you wishing you had more marshmallows or more green or?
All of it. I think this was
Okay.
a great first try.
Okay.
And they're going to be delicious, and I have no doubt about that. Knowing what I know now, and keeping with the FoodSmith brand,
Yeah.
to make it better, here's what I would do. I would increase the butter and the marshmallows,
Okay.
but I would make sure that my ratio of marshmallows was even greater, like almost a third more than what I had.
Yeah, because looking at it, I can still see cornflake. And maybe that looks a little, to somebody, that might look a little janky.
I used 5.5 cups. I might knock that down to 4.5.
And those are our cornflake Christmas wreaths.
Cornflake Christmas
That's a
wreaths.
first time for us. That one's not so much an
Absolutely.
old family recipe like some of the things we're doing here. So
Right.
that may
It's
be a
just
new-
something to
well,
have fun with.
Exactly, new traditions. All
Yeah.
right, on to the next one. For my little Christmas adventure here, I'm going to go back to something super simple because that's what I have to do. So I've already had the potatoes boiled. You want to get them till they're fork tender. Of course, most of you know what that is. So what I got to do now is I got to mash them. Sharon had a wonderful mommy who taught her how to do things in the kitchen. As you can imagine, nobody wanted my little 10-year-old behind in the kitchen, much less around Christmas time. So after Thanksgiving, we would have mashed potatoes left over. And my daddy taught me how to make mashed potatoes candy. And I thought that was just the coolest thing ever. So this is really all I ever did, but it is a pretty good little Christmas memory. And that's just a potato mash. Now my mom, she didn't mess around with this kind of stuff. She had the beaters and just like what we used on the pie. But yeah, she got them potatoes fluffy. And so when I got older, I had to have my potatoes like that, but I've gotten to where now I like them a little more rustic. I don't know a recipe. I'm sure there are recipes out there, but of course me and my dad, he would just eyeball it and throw it in there. Okay, now I got potatoes everywhere. So you can see why I was not allowed in the Christmas kitchen very often. And that's only one potato. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start, it is powdered sugar, a little vanilla, and that's all you do. Now, we're going to take a couple of extra steps here that we never did when I was little. So we're going to start, I remember starting with 2 cups of confectioner's sugar. Now, what we had then, I think was probably more leftover potatoes. So I'm going to go a little short of 2 cups because I think that might be too much. What you're looking for...
Now that's a single cup because that's a half cup measure.
Oh, that's a half cup. Okay, so let's go 1.5 cups. I'm sorry. Well, I can't read it.
Oh.
We have beat the crud out of these.
I just had a conversation about kitchen equipment is well used, and
Yes.
we're getting to the point where it's hard to see some of
I
the
can't read
markings
stuff.
on some of our equipment. What kind of potato are you using?
Well, it's one that's been washed, by the way, because that was the first question. Did you wash that?
I meant what variety?
Was that a russet?
That is a russet.
Yeah.
All right, what you doing there?
All right, so see how that's very liquidy? So we're nowhere near where we need to be. It's going to almost look like Play-Doh. So you just keep adding sugar. I don't know. Wow, that's a lot of sugar. It's Christmas. Just calm down. It'll be fine.
Christmas calories don't count.
Christmas is fine. All right, I'm also going to use a little bit of vanilla. That's something you don't have to do. And I'm, again, just measure with your heart. And that's probably a little too much, but that's okay.
It's gonna taste amazing.
But add a little at a time, because if you pile it all in there at one time, you get tons of lumps and clumps, and it's just going to be really difficult.
So you're starting to get to a consistency you like, right?
Yep, where you can't even use a whisk anymore. And that's what you're looking for. And I'm just doing this by memory, but I sure don't remember it being this hard to work. Of course, as I'm doing this, I think probably what happened is I helped for a couple of minutes. And then I ran off somewhere to look at the JCPenney catalog and pick out my Christmas gifts or something. You can see how thick that is. So now I'm going to switch to a spoon, because this whisk is going to do nothing but just get stuck in here now. Again, I don't remember it taking this much sugar, but Sharon, of course, began to believe I was remembering it wrong and had to look it up, and it was like 6 cups of confectioner's sugar for one potato, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a crazy amount of sugar.
But that's what it is.
Yep. Well, seems like I remember my dad saying something about it being a very popular, or it got popular during the Depression, when, you didn't have a lot of access to candy, but they could get sugar. Okay.
That's starting to look like a dough.
Yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go hands-on here.
No way.
That's what it's supposed to. There we go. Best tool in the kitchen. We never did anything but this, and we just took this and made little balls out of it and put it in the refrigerator. But from what I understand now, lay it out and they spread peanut butter on it and then roll it up. I was like, ooh, what's that little thing? Oh, that's peanut butter candy. That's mashed potato candy. Well, that's not how I made it. All right, we'll put some wax paper out and roll it out.
Oh, you don't dust?
Yeah, we're going to dust the wax paper.
Because you can do it right there on that
But
counter.
then I have to roll it up. I can't roll it. It's easier to
that's
roll it
true.
up. Yeah. If I put it on wax paper, you'll be able to roll it up a lot easier.
I'm
All right.
with you. I'm learning.
So I'm going to flour. I'm going to confectioner sugar my wax paper to keep it from sticking. And then we're just going to turn out our ball of sugar and potato dough. Golly, that's a chunk. That's going to be just right. Okay, and you don't have to knead it like bread dough, but you want to kind of get it to where it's a nice rectangle shape. And then kind of roll it out. Oh, I didn't sugar my rolling pin, did I?
And you're working with a French rolling pin, which is a little different
Oh.
than a regular rolling pin, because where you apply the pressure really makes a difference on what you're doing.
Well, that's not much of a rectangle, is it?
Oh, you're cutting a lot off. Now what are you doing?
Making it rectangle-y.
Is that what you're doing? Mm-hmm. Okay. Look at you.
To the side.
Okay.
And kind of rectangle that out a little bit. Choosy mothers choose Jif. Ooh, my hands feel disgusting. I mean, like I've been working drywall all day. Another thing, I was sitting here trying to think, how would we put this in the forge and make it better? You know what else you could do to this? You could put Nutella on it. I was
What if you did Nutella and peanut butter?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So,
I have some Nutella.
Do we?
Yeah.
Let's put some Nutella on there.
Why not?
I mean, because I was sitting here thinking that would be awesome. Some Nutella. When I was little, I was not a chocolate fan, believe it or not. I didn't like it. So, and of course we didn't have Nutella.
Okay. Hazelnut spread. Let's be clear.
Yes, hazelnut spread. So what this will end up really being is half peanut butter, half Nutella ones.
That's okay.
Yeah, cool. Okay. I guess if you wanted to, and see, I'm a chunky peanut butter guy, and some slivered almonds, some pecans, some
I have pecans.
some busted up peanuts or something in the middle of it, I think would be kind of cool too.
It might bust through your dough, but that
that
would be the only thing I could think of that might be a negative on that.
And make sure and get it all the way to the ends too, because all the way to that edge.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, all the way to that edge. Well, the front edges. So what'll happen is we'll have Nutella on the inside. Nutella on the inside, peanut butter on the outside. Probably could have rolled it thinner. Would have made it roll up a little better.
So far, from what I have seen, the one recipe that I looked up when we were trying to figure out which powdered sugar.
You were trying to figure out.
It's pretty. What you're doing is really pretty. So you just keep rolling and don't you have to be patient, I guess. Then what do we do? Oh my goodness. I am so impressed.
So see, that's a little thinner than I would want it. But
I think that's perfect size.
Yeah. All right, let's pop that in the Frigidaire for a while.
All right.
Probably left this in the refrigerator a little too long, so we've got a little dryness going on, but that's okay. We're gonna roll with it. And let's open it up, see what it looks like. Oh yeah. All right, because you can see that's pretty hard now. See, it's starting to crack. So yeah, I waited a little long to do this. So let's just cut a few off. Yeah, see now it's falling apart. Yeah, that's because I let it stay in there and we didn't get a chance to come back here and finish what we were doing. So my suggestion would be, if you make this, don't leave it sitting in the refrigerator for 3 days before you come back and try to eat it. That's not bad there at the end. Look at that. You lay them out. Yeah, see, that's not too bad. What do you think?
Well, looks are great, but how does it taste?
Well, let's see. Let's see if it tastes like I remember. There's a lot of sugar in there. Yep. That peanut butter, there's so much sugar in there. That peanut butter cuts through that a little bit. My assessment of this is, what would I say here? What we say around here is this was a long walk to a dry well. It's okay, but it was a lot of work for some sugar and some peanut butter. So
but does it remind you of your childhood?
It does. It does. That's the the saving grace. Is this is the day after Thanksgiving, playing around going, Mom, is there any more of that potato candy left?
We're doing a recipe that is nostalgic for me. It's part of my, what I got from my mom. So her legacy to me as far as any kind of culinary talent. This recipe is actually published in a nursing home cookbook. So my mom lived in a nursing home a few years before she passed away, and they created a cookbook of all the residents, and I just love this. So Olita Johnson, that was her name, and it is chocolate chess pie. And this recipe was my mom's signature dish. So everywhere she went, she took this dish. Everywhere she went that she didn't take it, they asked her why she didn't bring it. And since she passed away, I have tried to take up the mantle and do her right by making this recipe. I'm going to do it a little different because I'm going to try and include it with some treats that I'm making for some of my friends for Christmas. So instead of a whole pie, I'm going to do a FoodSmiths spin on it and make it into some mini tarts.
And we've never done this before.
We haven't.
All right, cool.
We're trying something new. So what you need, I tried to get everything out ahead of time. Pie crust. You can make your own. I just didn't. A mini pie tin, sugar, unsweetened cocoa, eggs, butter, vanilla extract, the real stuff, not the fake stuff. Preheat your oven first to 350. So we're going to go ahead and do that before we mix anything up. Is that a measurement? A cup and a tad? Okay. And then I'm going to do 3 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa. Y'all are going to laugh at me. This is how I keep my cocoa powder paper on because I use it to level off. Is that not hilarious?
Well, that's a hack right there.
I guess so.
That's a cooking hack. Look at that.
So, and I level it
off.
off.
Look at that. Let me tell you something.
1.
There you go.
2.
People pay good money to learn things like that.
Do they? Well, I think it's because I just don't want to clean up messes. So 3 tablespoons. That's what we did. Look, I didn't do that very well, but it got done. And 1 more. 2.
Yeah, but if you got pieces of egg in there, easy to fish it out as opposed to fishing it out of all that sugar and
Well, you
stuff.
want all the egg in there. You don't want the eggshell in there.
Eggshell is what I meant, yeah. Thank you.
I'm messing with you.
It's all right, we can edit that out.
So 2 eggs, 5-ounce can, evaporated milk. Here's what I learned today when I was doing some research on this because I didn't have evaporated milk. And before I went to the store, I was Googling how, substitutes. There are many substitutes for evaporated milk. What I did not know, you can use regular milk and it's just going to make it taste richer, and who gets mad about that, right? You can also use, and they said this is a rare thing to have because if you don't have evaporated milk, chances are you don't have powdered milk. Well, I do have powdered milk.
Yep.
They said that you can reduce the water for reconstituting powdered milk to 60%, and that would make evaporated milk. So I didn't know that, and I almost went with that option, but I am kind of curious to know and don't think I won't try it in some form or fashion. 1/4 cup, which I've already measured out. So I'm just going to pop this in the microwave for a few minutes, or a few seconds, not minutes. That'd be gross.
Yeah.
And wait. Okay, that's melted. So that goes in. Teaspoon vanilla extract. There we go. All right, now we're gonna mix this up. You can use a stand mixer if you want to, but I have this hand mixer. I think it just does a little bit better job. You've got this cocoa in here, so you don't want to spread it everywhere. So just, it's low.
Start slow.
Low speed. And just get a little bit of air in the ingredients.
What? Get some hair in it?
Air.
Hair. Oh, air.
Air.
Not hair.
No.
No, not hair. Hair's bad.
Don't want that.
No.
Okay. So what that does, adding the extra air in there makes it a little bit thicker, kind of puffs up those eggs just a little bit to where it's not as thin of
Almost
a
like
mixture.
when a meringue, when you whip a meringue, it gets them a little,
kinda.
little more poofy.
All right, so here's the part we don't know. Well, we are trying for the very first time. I'm gonna cut this pie crust into what I hope will be little bitty tart squares. Oh, for the love of all that's good. Let's just get one out.
Yay! Success.
I was thinking the exact same thing. So, you know, I cleaned everything so well before we started.
Oh, yes, she did.
In
She sure did.
in preparation for our fun today.
Pizza cutter's got pizza on it.
It does. So I'm going to use my bench scraper. I'm not going to throw away my pieces yet because I don't know what we're going to need.
What kind of patchwork we might need to do.
I just don't know. I can't be knowing. And I'm wondering, do they have to be exact? We'll find out. This is experiment for all. Look. See, that kind of tells me I might need a little more. Maybe that's what these pieces are for. But to me, this is the fun part of trying something new, is you just figure it out. Get science.
It's just cooking, you know. Don't get all bunged up about it. Get in here, have some fun, throw some stuff in a pan, see what happens. If it's terrible, eat it anyway.
That's right.
And then try something different next time.
Yeah, if you get nothing else from our time hanging out here, it's just go do something fun. These are going to be for people I love and that know that I'm like to have fun with food.
That shows you put some extra love in it. No, that's what it does, honey. It shows extra love. Like a patchwork quilt your grandma made.
These are kind of looking patchwork, aren't they?
They kind of do. Some of those have a little bit of a Demogorgon look about them.
A what?
If you know,
You got to explain that to people.
If you know, you know. So
over the course of putting dough in here, we've had a couple of epiphanies. So I've made this pie a bazillion times. I have not made it in the tarts ever. So I got the pie crust. I probably need to do what they call a blind bake on these. So I need to put the crust in the oven first and then get just a little bit of cooking on them before I put the filling in there. And there's more.
There's more.
There's more. So what we learned is the squares, that didn't work. So
Well, it worked.
Cookie
It just looks a little
cutters.
different.
yeah, they're very rustic.
Very rustic.
Cookie cutters, if you have a circle one, and I do somewhere, I just cannot find it. This happens to be a mason jar lid.
Yeah, I don't know why we didn't think that to start with, just cutting out circles and shoving them in there.
Because we're living this life with
That's right.
our friends,
This is how we do this.
and sometimes you just go with what you do. This tends to work just a little better. So the more you know, right? Look how cute that's gonna be.
So the cutter in relation to the size of the hole, I thought that was going to be too big, but that's about right.
Yeah. I like that way better.
So you can kind of see the difference between the piecemeal, which is okay.
Oh yeah.
And then look,
They're
now,
gonna taste
now look how pretty.
amazing.
Those are going to be much more pretty. But I
Right.
did get to do a Demogorgon reference, so there's that. Please in the
talking
comments,
about.
if you know what I'm talking about, explain it, please.
Because I don't. So I'm gonna bake these probably 5 minutes.
Oh, so just a few minutes, nothing
Yeah.
like.
I'm gonna bake them at 450 though. Bake these for 5 minutes and then turn that back to 350.
Roger that.
Almost.
450, 5 minutes.
What you gain from blind baking is, if you have like a puddingy or a custardy type filling, it's not going to make it wet. And see, these are kind of puffy, but they'll settle down.
Now the fun part.
We're trying like a tablespoon in each and just see what does. Well, that looks like it might do okay.
That looks about right, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. What's going to be kind of the guessing game here is on a regular pie, which I tend to put these in a deep dish pie. They bake at 350 for a good 35, 45 minutes. I don't know how long these are going to bake.
You just have to keep checking out.
We're just going to check them every 10 minutes.
Yeah, I would imagine it wouldn't take nearly as long.
Yeah.
When she makes those other pies, it's quite the production.
Well, making one pie is not usually in my plan. If I bake these, I have to make at least 4 at a time because they go to friends, neighbors, family. I've even had people that were recipients of these from my mom as Christmas gifts to call me and say, hey, I'll pay you if you'll make Olita's pies.
That is not an exaggeration.
I think it's a testament. It makes me feel good about my mom.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot here, so we'll see what we can get done. I'm going to set the timer for 10 and come back.
Check them.
Yeah. Oh, Mom said until a knife inserted in the middle comes out clean. No liquid on it. But that's a big pie, so...
Maybe a metal skewer.
Maybe so. Maybe a toothpick will do too.
A tiny knife.
Yeah, and I mean, not that a toothpick won't be wet, it'll be wet. But it won't have chocolate on it. You'll just see.
Like moisture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While you don't want to overbake, I also, with these, want to make sure they're cooked.
No jiggle.
No jiggle. I think I'm going to let them sit for about 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Just about that. Yes, I think this is perfect. See how it's got some body to it.
That's what we're looking for.
That's what I'm looking for.
So how long do these got to rest before we can try one?
They need to cool completely.
Completely?
That may be an hour.
An hour?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what we've learned here. This is awesome. So the ones that she pieced together, what looks like happened is the yummy goodness leaked through and stuck.
They sure did.
Yeah, so they stuck really bad. So you've got a lot. They're kind of falling apart, but I mean they're really, really good.
They taste amazing. Taste is awesome.
I taste right. Get the nice ones.
So here's the ones.
Yeah. So the ones she did with the big one.
Are a little bit.
They're perfect.
We're gonna hang on to those.
Yeah, we're gonna hang on to those because those are definitely. But that's what That's what we want to do. Is we're experimenting. We're trying things. This part, and guess what? We're gonna eat that.
Oh heck yeah!
That's not going anywhere. I'm not a big pie person, and I like this better than the normal pie.
You are a crust guy, though.
Yeah, I like a good crispy crust, so I'm pro this. So what we wanted to bring you is something new, which was the cornflake wreaths. How did that turn out?
I had fun with that. That was a fun one. A kind of a twist on a Rice Krispie treat because it wasn't Rice Krispies. It was cornflakes, and it was green and it was seasonal and fun.
They're very pretty. And then your mom's pie. What is yours?
I learned a lot. So on mom's pie, the taste was amazing.
Really
as usual. Good. I didn't quite love, even if it had turned out as great as I wanted it to, I don't love the ratio of crust to filling in a mini tart presentation.
And I was fine with that. I like crust. So with that, probably stick with what
you know.
Yeah, stick with what you know. And then with mine, the mashed potato candy, it was a neat...
Neat flavor. I've not really done that much, if at all. I feel like I've tasted it before, but that was really good. The adding of the Nutella, that was a fun twist.
That was.
I think the only misstep there was maybe it dried out a little.
Yeah, left it in the refrigerator a little too long. I mean, it's holiday time, it's Christmas time. We have so much to try and do. And like all of you, I know you're busy as well. And we just kind of let that sit for a couple of days, probably a couple of days too long.
A lot of projects. I mean, Christmas, I've got all kinds of food projects going on. These are Christmas presents. Well, you'll have to stay tuned in the summer to go through the process for these.
So there's 1, 2, 3 other projects sitting here on the counter beyond what we just did in the video. So it's always something going on. Always
at
something.
The FoodSmiths.
Always something. But hey, thanks for hanging out with us today. We really appreciate it. I hope you have a Merry Christmas. And if you enjoyed what you saw today, give us a follow, like, subscribe. And the dog's barking, so that means we got to go.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. And like we always say, thank you, Lord, for this food. We'll catch you all next time. God bless.